Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something kind of wild, taking the power of a giant data center and squeezing it right into your pocket. Seriously, we're talking about a tech that lets you prove something's true without ever giving up the secret. All right, so let's get right into it. The whole thing is built on something called a zero-knowledge proof, or ZKP for short. Think about it like this. Say you need to prove you're over 21 to get on a website. Right now, you'd probably show your ID, right? Which gives away your name, your address, your exact birthday, all sorts of stuff. Well, with a ZKP, your phone could just tell the website, yep, they're old enough, and that's it. The site learns absolutely nothing else about you, just that one little fact they need to know. That's the magic right there. You know, what's cool is how people explain this. There's this famous story called the cave analogy. Imagine you're the person with a secret password to a magic door inside this cave. Your friend is outside and they don't believe you have it. So you go in, they yell out which exit to come out of, and because you have the secret password, you can always open that magic door if you need to and pop out the right side. You do this over and over, and pretty soon your friend is totally convinced you know the secret, but they never, ever actually saw it. That's a ZKP. It's all about proof without revealing a thing. So if this tech is so amazing, you're probably wondering, why isn't it on everything? And that's a great question. The answer, until pretty recently, was that all this crypto magic needed a ton of computational muscle. We're talking about the kind of big iron servers you only find in huge, sprawling data centers. And yeah, that's really the core of the issue. Generating one of these proofs isn't like doing simple math on a calculator. It's more like a mathematical hurricane. It involves all these super complex operations that have always been really slow, they suck up a ton of energy, and you guessed it, they're expensive to run. And if you want to get just a little bit technical, it really boils down to two specific things. These crazy-sounding operations called multiscalar multiplications, or MSMs, and number theoretic transforms, NTTs. Now, you don't have to remember the names. All you need to know is that these two are the main culprits. They're the bottlenecks that chew up more than 90% of the processing time and have basically kept ZKPs locked up in server rooms for years. So to deal with that insane workload, developers have had to turn to some pretty specialized hardware. And this table kind of lays out their options. You've got your GPUs, yeah, the same things in a high-end gaming PC, which you can get right away. Then there are FPGAs, which are more flexible, but also way more expensive. And at the top of the food chain are ASICs, which are custom-built chips that are super fast and efficient, but they can take a year, even 18 months just to develop. So as you can see, every choice is a major trade-off between how much you spend, how fast it is, and how long you have to wait. But a huge shift is happening right now. The whole game is changing. We're seeing this massive push to break CKPs out of the data center and put them right where they can do the most good, on the device you carry with you everywhere, your phone. And this is the real game changer. Think about it. What happens when the thing generating the proof is the same device that holds all your private data? It completely flips the script. You're not outsourcing your privacy to some company's server anymore. You are taking direct control of it right in your own hand. And this isn't some far-off future thing. It is happening as we speak. We're seeing brand new systems like Jolt from A16Z Crypto being built from the ground up specifically with mobile in mind. They're not just adapting old tech. They're designing for a world where proof generation is just a normal, native thing your phone can do. And here's a perfect example of this new way of thinking. You've got projects like Aleo that are just turning the old model completely on its head. Instead of you sending your sensitive data to a server to get processed, your own phone does all the hard work locally. It creates the proof right there, and only that little proof ever leaves your device. Your actual data, it never goes anywhere. Okay, so how on earth does a phone pull this off? Well, it uses this really smart idea called a zero-knowledge virtual machine, or ZKVM. Just look at the diagram here. The easiest way to think about it is like a secure little sandbox on your phone. It runs a tiny program, let's say one that just checks if your birthday makes you over 21. After it runs, this prover engine kicks in and creates what's basically a cryptographic receipt. This receipt proves, without a doubt, that the program ran correctly, but it reveals none of the secret info, like your actual birth date. All right, so let's move away from this theory, because this isn't just a concept anymore. This whole pocket-sized revolution is already making its way into the real world, powering some incredible new privacy features that you might even be able to use right now. So, remember that whole age check idea we talked about? Well, it's not hypothetical. Google is already doing this. In Google Wallet, you can actually use a ZKP to prove you're old enough for an app or site without ever having to flash your driver's license or share all that personal data.
This is privacy in action, today.
And get this might just be the tech that finally lets us kill the password for good. I mean, imagine logging into your bank or anything else and your phone just proves it's you. No password, no face scan, no secret information sent over the internet where it could get stolen. It just works.
And the speed at which this is all improving is just mind-blowing. There was this recent competition, Z Prize, that was focused on one thing, making this stuff faster on mobile phones. And the results were staggering. They managed to get a nearly 5 times speed up on a regular old Android device.
I mean, that is a massive leap forward. A proof that used to take about 2.4 seconds to generate now takes around half a second. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but it's the difference between an app feeling clunky and annoying and an experience that's totally seamless. It makes things like real-time private mobile payments actually possible. Okay, so let's zoom out. When you piece all of this together, what does it actually mean for you, for your data, for how we live our lives online? What we're looking at is a future where your phone isn't just a container for your data, but an active guardian. It's not just holding your secrets, it's using advanced cryptography to actively defend them. And in fact, the very same specialized chips in modern phones, like the neural processing units that power all the cool AI features, they're actually perfect for this kind of cryptographic work. This means you can navigate the digital world by sharing proofs instead of your personal information. So really, the question isn't if this is going to change things. The real question is, how much?